Hi. For those of you who are unaware, there's this YouTube channel called Scott the Woz, run by a guy named Scott Wozniak. But those of you who may not know, is he has a second channel called Scott's Dash, where he likes to get random from his closet and just looks at it, like pamphlets from the Nintendo DS or the Wii U user's manual. I don't think he's done that yet, but just you wait. So I thought, today I thought I'd do something similar, just randomly in my local Walmart, and I found this thing. Wow, the unofficial guide to Mario. This guy right here? Well, why not? And it was free at Walmart, so I thought, why don't I give this, type of video a try? I'm not saying I'm anywhere near as talented as Mr. Wozniak, but I could give it a try. If that dude can do it, then you know what? So can I. Why don't we take a look at the title here? It says here, wow, all the characters, games, TV shows, movies, and more. Really, and more? Are we gonna know what kind of brand of spaghetti Mario likes to eat? And we also see first a look at the new film. I wonder when this thing came out, because it says right here, display until 3/1/2024. And I'm pretty sure the movie was already out by now. Also, here's the thing that's really enticing. It says right here, what's next for the franchise? Oh wow, I didn't know that freaking Walmart would be able to have the next Mario game in here. Freaking Odyssey 2, here we come. Let's take a look. Okay, so the unofficial guide to Mario. Our prancing plumber has traveled to places you'd hardly believe, from tiny planets in another galaxy to inside the belly of his arch nemesis. There's nowhere he won't go to save the day. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's obvious what they're referencing. Obviously, Super Mario Galaxy and Bowser's Inside Story. Of course, here's the Galaxy pick. But are they really going to talk about Bowser's Inside Story in here? Even the 3DS version? Because I don't know if you've noticed, but they're not selling the game anymore. Let's just take a look in here. Let's see what some of this says. Wow, it's Mario's world. Yippee! That little mustachioed man from his blue overalls and his red cap is heading into the big screen for the first time in 30 years. Yeah, the first time. I don't know about that, Chief, because I'm pretty sure there was a movie before that. For those of you who don't know, there was a Mario. In fact, there was technically two official Mario movies before the one that we got in the year 2024. We had the Super Mario Brothers movie with Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo, and his Hopper, and we had an anime movie as well. Anime movie was not very well known outside of America. I don't even think it was properly translated, and the live action movie was a thing. But yeah, this is, I think, probably the movie that came out. It's probably the better one that came out. I definitely enjoyed it. Didn't really understand the Take On Me song, but other than that, no major complaints. We have a little bit of a thing that's talking about Miyamoto as a origin story, where, it says right here, took place in a cave near his hometown in Sonobe in the Kyoto prefecture. Which is interesting, because I'm pretty sure that's more of a story about the original Legend of Zelda than Mario, but, whatever floats your boat. Alright, so there's very interesting blurb up here that talks about the original Donkey Kong cabinet, how, the original Donkey Kong was originally going to be in an arcade game called Popeye, right? If any of you Nintendo history buffs know about it, that's what originally Nintendo wanted to make. Now, they later on did actually make a Popeye video game cabinet, but that came later. At first, the Popeye arcade cabinet was just going to be Donkey Kong, but they couldn't get the license based off the movie. But it's very interesting here that they have a picture of Mario Segali right here. So now I know 100%. Did they get permission to use this photo? I'm just curious about that. I don't know too much about magazine laws and how that works exactly, but it'll be quite interesting if they actually officially went to Mr. Segali himself and got permission to use this photo. And we're getting more Donkey Kong stuff here, but I don't know why we're seeing a big thing here. You know, this is only the 14th page. And why we're seeing a big spread of DK64 stuff, you know, talking about Chunky Kong. He's dead. And we're talking a lot about freaking Donkey and Diddy Kong right here. Talking a lot about the pop culture phenomenon. And if you notice right here, it says, according to Mario Wiki. I was told in school you're not allowed to use a wiki as a source. But, okay, I guess the standards just aren't here for this kind of magazine. I also find it interesting that a book about Mario, where they're talking about that Donkey Kong Country show. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. If you have, I'm sorry. But yeah, this little magazine just talks about, you know, the legacy of Nintendo, how they went on to dominate by taking the original Super Mario Brothers and selling it in New York and eventually the rest of America. Sorry for the people in UK, you guys got stuck with computers. But okay, all right, let's meet the crew. Let's see, who are these amazing, fine folks? I'm guessing that guy probably eats ass. Much ado about Mario. Well, certainly hope so. His name's on the front cover. But yes, Mario. He's truly a monolith of a modern hero. Everyone loves a good underdog story, and Mario exemplifies that archetype perfectly. He does? I barely see any emotion of him in the games, but, I mean, then again, a blank slate, you can put anything you want on it. Yeah, and then there's, you know, it just goes into some Mario stuff, and then just one page for Luigi, and one page for a very pretty Peach. But here's something interesting. Where is this from? Is this from the Mario 2? Because I don't really remember this design that well. Then again, I never actually played the Japanese Mario Lost Levels 2, so that's probably where that's from. But unfortunately, you know, I don't think we really see that image of her as much anymore. And if you look over here, well, big old Bowser, he gets not one page, but he gets 2 pages? That's amazing. I mean, why does Luigi only get 1 page and Peach get 1 page, but Bowser gets a whole spread? I mean, we're gonna give the villain the whole page? I mean, okay, alright. Yeah, and then it goes into a little bit of Toad and Yoshi, and is he flipping me off? You know, it's very interesting to see what this magazine considers as a top tier kind of Mario character. Because if you look right here, I mean, yeah, you have Daisy, Rosalina, and Waluigi, who, yeah, they haven't, you know, done too much with their stories, and they've only been just in a few Mario games, minus spin-offs. But what's going on with Wario here? Wario has like 2 franchises. Why does he only get a corner of the page? Oh boy, first appearing in Mario Land 2 6 Golden Coins. Well, ain't that the truth? But what about the Wario Land and WarioWare, you know, franchises? You know, hopefully we're gonna get that later on in the magazine. But odds on Wario gets just this little corner. Nothing amazing here. I mean, look at Daisy. I mean, look, her image looks pretty. I mean, this is probably from Smash Brothers, but look at how pretty this looks. Rosalina got a little Luma, while Luigi got his mustache. Oh, for freaking Wario, he's just out here flexing. Like, come on, man, you can do better than this. And then we get into the villains. You know, you get your typical spread of villains. I hope at least, you know, for the most part, I think this comes mostly from Mario 1. I know the Chain Chomp came from Mario 3, and Bob-omb came from Mario 2, and Wiggler came from, I believe, either Mario 3 or Mario 1. I don't remember 100%. But yeah, for the most part, most of the people from the original Super Mario Brothers, and well, yeah, I mean, I guess Shy Guy comes from the original Mario 2, but for the most part, this is you know, classic set of enemies coming from at least Mario 1, 2, and 3. You know, these are your mainstays. And then next we come to the babies. Why? Why do we need a whole thing about the babies? I mean, if you take a look right here, you know, we talked about Baby Mario and Baby Luigi. Why does Nintendo want to push babies such a big deal? I don't really understand it, you know, because originally the babies were a thing from Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, where they were their younger selves. But I don't know if, you know, I mean, this magazine says they come from the past. But I don't know, could these be their children someday? I don't know. I don't really know why Nintendo keeps bringing them back. But here's the big kicker. Why is this a thing? Baby Rosalina? That doesn't make any sense to me. But then again, there is a thing called the multiverse theory. Ooh. Yeah, baby Rosalina, I don't know why she existed. They needed to fill up a slot in Mario Kart 8 to give her, fill out the roster. But, there were better choices, I'm just saying. Remember Rob, the robot from Mario Kart DS? Rob. Oh, and this is very important. Don't forget that this baby Bowser and that baby Bowser are not the same thing. Don't forget. One of them has a colored bib, and the other doesn't. I mean, look at him. I mean, he looks so mad over there without his colored bib. Oh, so mad. Not the same guy. Also, I guess he has a pet Luma now. What game is this from? Then we get into the video games. What video game? What amazing video games are they gonna admit? By the way, Final Fantasy. Did Square sign off on this? Metal Gear? Did Konami sign off on this magazine? I don't think so. We're gonna find out. Let's take a look. Wait, what? I thought this was gonna be a section on video games. Why am I seeing new soup on here? And the Joy-Con? Something's not right. Okay, here we go. Now we're talking about the Nintendo Entertainment System. Legofied. What is going on with this magazine? But okay. At least, we start with Super Mario Brothers, even though, Mario Brothers? There's no Mario Brothers? I don't know why this magazine decided to skip the original Mario Brothers. Oh, but it's very important that we include that the original Super Mario Brothers came with a Duck Hunt combo pack. Very important to include. Yeah, and then apparently, the American Super Mario Brothers 2 is just, not very important to include. Even it says too much for America. America, watch out, you wussies. Yeah, where's the original Super Mario Brothers 2? That we got in America. Why are we seeing the Japanese version? Because we go from 2 to 3. And why does 3 only have one page? 3 is a massive game. And it doesn't really make sense why they would only have one page for it. Also, where's the American Mario 2? America, you wussies. Alright, now we get into the Super Nintendo. Yeah, I mean, I guess after Mario 3, I would certainly hope that would be what comes next. But okay, yeah, we're talking about Yoshi and things like that. And Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. Hot take. They need to get rid of that subtitle. I don't know, man. Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. I mean, it's obvious that they put that there as a gimmick, as like a marketing thing to make sure, hey, this is the next Mario installment. Except you don't play as Mario, you only play as Yoshi. But yeah, personally, it's never made sense to me. I've always been more of a, this is like a spin-off kind of game. Like we don't call Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo Super Mario Brothers 6. Oh, but it's nice to see that at least on this magazine we get a little spotlight for Super Mario Kart. Except they don't really call it Super Mario Kart; they call it Mario Kart. The fun revs up with a racing theme. It's called Super Mario Kart. I don't know why they call it Mario Kart on here. Problems. Oh, and if you're wondering why Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, keeps selling really well, maybe this magazine has something to do with it, because if you take a look, it has 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 pages. Freaking Wario only got a page. No wonder why the newest WarioWare is doing awful. Poor WarioWare, move it. No wonder why that's doing shit. Freaking Mario Kart's taking up 4 pages. You page hog. Now we go into the next big daddy, the Nintendo 64 and Super Mario 64. One of the greatest games of all time. I was unfortunately not around when the Nintendo 64 was launching. I don't think I existed yet. However, I did have a Nintendo 64 growing up. I didn't have Super Mario 64, but I do remember owning this console, and I just love this poor thing. Believe it or not, when I was in kindergarten, I don't remember this, but my parents told me this later. My teacher said, "What's your favorite thing in the world?" And I enthusiastically yelled, "Nintendo!" Yeah, I was a Nintendo before Nintendo suckers were a thing. It goes more into Super Mario 64 on the next page, but we have a bit of a problem here because Smash Brothers, Mario Smash Brothers, a Mario Spy Game, Mario adventure game with the sword. These aren't Mario games. I mean, Smash Brothers sort of is at the beginning. Mario was the main guy on the box, but it's more of a Nintendo game, where all the franchises, duke it out. Why is GoldenEye and Zelda on here? You couldn't have put, Mario Party and freaking Mario Kart here. Why are we seeing GoldenEye and Ocarina of Time on here? That doesn't make any sense. And then we get into the GameCube, which, definitely also had some other Mario games, like Mario Sunshine, the so-called black sheep, or in this case, the wet sheep of the franchise. Yeah, Mario Sunshine was an interesting one. It definitely was, a really good game for the time, but man, some of those shines just pissed me off. And then there's a small little blurb for Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Play the Switch version. Buy it now. What are you doing? Come here. And it's funny what this magazine thinks out. It is and is not a Mario game. I mean, we see Luigi's Mansion up here as the best. Mario Party 5, the best. Mario Party 7, the worst. Mario Superstar Baseball, the worst. Are you sure about that? You might want to check outside your offices. I hear the violent mob. And then there's some third parties as well, like Batman Vengeance, which I heard was awful. Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, which I heard was also awful. And The Incredibles, which I just don't know a thing about. Also, I find it interesting that now this magazine's saying best and worst of the GameCube Mario games. To make sure you don't miss any hits, we're going to be liberal about what we consider a Mario game. We're going to be counting all titles that include Mario or branch out from his universe. Well, if that's the case, why don't you include Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes, since it has some Mario references in it? What? I mean, come on, there were so many great Mario games on the GameCube. Why do you have to be liberal about it? There were so many. Luigi's Mansion, I said that's a Mario game. Mario Kart's a Mario game. Mario Party's a Mario game. Mario Superstar Baseball's a Mario game. Freaking Mario Tennis and Mario Golf, but don't make the cut. I mean, this magazine's just making up its own rules at this point. And then we get to a spread about Super Smash Brothers. Yeah, Super Smash Brothers. Melee and Brawl. Oh, don't just ignore the first one over there, right? These are the important ones. And then we come to on the Wii. The Wii. It was certainly the first console that I had that I actually started to build a library for. I really did love the Wii because unfortunately when I was young, I didn't actually have a GameCube. My parents, it was like, game a no-no. But the Wii, it was where they finally caved, and I was able to get some more games, and I'm really glad I did. The Wii was a magical time in my life, and I'm glad we're starting off correctly here with New Super Mario Brothers and Mario Galaxy, the quintessential Mario games to own at the time. Let's see how this magazine. And then see right here we got Mario Power Tennis for the Wii. Are you sure about that? This was a GameCube game. What is this doing here? There's so many other great Mario games you could put, but you put Mario Power Tennis for this box set probably doesn't even exist. There's new Play Control Mario Power Tennis. Get it right. Oh, and Mario Party 8 and 9. Oh boy, Mario Party was a bit of a downward swing, even more than it is now, because I remember Mario Party 8 was not even in widescreen. It didn't really play the best. And Mario Party 9, which I thought was okay, but a lot of people despise that game. It was nice change of direction. I know there's critics for it, and they're valid for their reasons, but Mario Party 9 was fine, but oh boy, Mario Party 8 and 9, 2 misses. You missed me with this magazine. And now we're getting to the Mario Sports. When we're talking about, Mario Golf for the N64. Why didn't you put that earlier? Why is this here? It doesn't make any sense, but okay, I'm glad it's somewhere here. Is Mario Golf Super Rush underrated? Well, it sold this many units, so you tell me. Also, I find this extremely interesting that maybe these people are from Europe, because I see right here, Mario Strikers Charge Football 4K Ultra HD. Yeah, even the latest Mario Strikers is definitely not in 4K. What? I mean, unless these people are doing something that they shouldn't be doing. Naughty, you pirates. Yeah, and then the magazine goes into Mario Odyssey, most expansive game in the series is released. Maybe. I mean, I guess you could consider that, considering there's a lot of open-endedness to the world. You know, I guess you could consider that as the most expansive game. I'm not really sure how you quantified that, but I'll let it slip by. Okay, now we're getting to the juicy titles. The top 10 titles. These are Mario's best of all time. Of ever in the whole world, you must take this by gospel. Okay, so that's interesting. Let's take a look here. Number 10, Super Mario Brothers. We are already having problems. Yeah, Super Mario Brothers is number 10. You know, Mario Brothers was great, you know, for its time, but as like the 10 out of 10 Mario game, I'm not so sure about that, Chief. Then we have Mario Maker 2, which, okay, I guess I can accept that. Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. As a top 10, are you sure about this? Look, I love Mario RPG. I played the remake when it came to the Switch, but it's number 8. When I think of Mario game, I don't really think of Mario RPG, but you know, okay. And then we get into Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. You know, I can't really judge because as of the recording of this video, I have not played this yet, but you know, maybe, okay. And then Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Makes sense to me. Mario 64. Super Mario World, Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. You're cheating. I see you cheating. Super Mario Brothers 3 and Super Mario Odyssey. Yeah, I don't know what kind of list this is, but I see Mario 1 and 2 Galaxy put together. And you're cheating right there. That's like saying, hey, for Super Mario Maker, you know, right here that we put for freaking number 9, how about we include Super Mario Maker 1 and Super Mario Maker 2, and also let's not forget the 3DS version. Like, you can't just do that. It doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, did you know that my favorite cereal is Fruity Pebbles plus Cocoa Pebbles? That's my number 1 cereal. What? They're not sold the same? Well, too bad, because I'm gonna mix them together. What are you? You freaking cereal snob? Also, does it really make sense to put the most disappointing game is Mario is Missing? I mean, yeah, but does it really count? I mean, this is like more of a forgotten Mario game. Like, no one cares about Mario is Missing. It's not important to the Mario lexicon. Now, if you were to put a Lost Levels here, okay, I would see that. But then again, this magazine didn't have the distance to put Super Mario 2 USA on here. So, you know what? I think all standards are broken at this point. Now we're getting into the media empire. Ooh, so Mario beyond the game. What kind of interesting to see in here? Oh boy, Mario movie. Yeah, the Mario movie was pretty good. You know, the casting choices were a little odd in some instances, but I think for the most part, this is a really good movie. I really definitely enjoyed my time, and it's one of the only few movies that I paid extra to see immediately because it was just that good. I really love this movie. Oh boy, speak of the devil, the original movie. I didn't actually think they would include it, but oh my god, they're actually talking about the original movie. I wonder if the anime movie's in here. We're gonna find out soon. But yeah, it actually did talk about the original movie, which is quite hilarious. Where, you know, we had the Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo one, but oh boy, this poor movie got a 2-page scoop. Oh boy, I could probably write you a 15-page essay on why this movie is amazing and at the same time. Oh, well, okay, it talks about the Super Show here. And yeah, it had the cartoon and the live action with Lou Albano. This cartoon was okay. Again, I was too young to really see it, but it was a pretty good show, all things considered. For kids, not bad. And oh boy, what is this? What am I seeing here? Hollywood Circles. Did we really need this? Why is this in the magazine? Like, yeah, the unofficial guide to Mario. Hey, did you know freaking Rihanna wore this? Like, what is this? Why is this in the magazine? Makes no sense. But yeah, apparently Rihanna wore this thing that I guess is inspired by Daisy. Okay. And then apparently Seth Rogen and Laura Miller wore Mario and Luigi and Anya Taylor-Joy's speech. Okay, this makes, I guess, some sense, but I don't really understand why it's here. Also from Family Guy and SNL. I don't really understand. Like, why is this here? This is not really important. Also, we got a quote here from Dane Cook. Oh boy, very, very important quote to have in here. I don't understand. Like, why is this in the magazine? And let's see, what's on the next page here? Waiting for the and beyond part. Okay, all right. Now let's talk about some of the best music from the Mario games. Talking about Music Park. Not really my number one, but okay. I guess it's the embodiment of music. Sure, I guess that makes sense. And yeah, that's it for music. Super Nintendo World. Now, I haven't been to Super Nintendo World just yet, but someday I do want to go. So, you live your Mario fantasies in real life at one of these Universal Studios amusement parks. Not yet, but someday I will. So I can't really say too much on this just yet because I haven't been there. And yeah, I don't actually know if any of this is fun or important or what, but hopefully someday I will. And Score, the theme park, is now in the U.S. I freaking hope so. Now we talk about Mario merch, and taking a look, it's very interesting to see, what's in here. Don't really understand why some of this is in here because where's Lego Mario? Where's Mario Kart Live Home Circuit Racing Mario? Instead, we got Amazon Mario and Etsy Mario. Oh, and let's not forget bootleg Peach Prairies. Like, what is all this stuff? I don't really understand. I mean, maybe some of it's, historical stuff, but, there's been way more important merchandise that Mario's had, and I'm a little shocked. Where's the Mario Encyclopedia? I mean, this is the unofficial guide to Mario. Maybe it's competition? I don't actually know, but, oh well. And now, oh boy, we get to Mario Trivia. I don't give a shit. Next. And yeah, that's it. So, yeah, overall, in terms of this booklet, it's great for, I guess, parents, but the unofficial guide to Mario, there was some interesting, odd choices. Like, what's next for the franchise? Like, we didn't really even get that. Like, what's next? Like, I didn't see anything about Odyssey 2 in here. I'm a little let down. Also, this is just like, things that even in the modern world that we haven't even seen yet. Like, where's the Mario Racing arcade game? Where's the Luigi's Mansion arcade game? It didn't even talk about arcades. And it didn't even talk about other things that's coming up for Mario. So I don't really understand. What is this for? Yeah, overall, this was, not a bad thing to look over. And overall, I say for the average parent, it's not a bad thing to have, but, it's fine for what it is. But I could think there's one thing that this thing and this video has in common is it's a shitty bootleg.